The second round action here at the Roxy Pro Stop 9 in the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. It's a style fest. Manuel going up against six-time world champ Stephanie Gilmore, who's made her return from injury. Ronnie Blakey joined by Ross Williams. Ross, I know you're a huge fan of both these competitors, in her leg and some ligament damage to her knee. But here we go. First wave, or second wave of this heat for Manuel. She's going to drive off the bottom. Bashes the lip. Gets caught behind though.
Yeah, that was the right-handers on this bank are really tricky. It runs straight into the shallow end of the sandbar, so there you have to get busy really fast before it closes out.
Well, a couple of waves ridden during the break. We'll get caught up on those in a moment. A 5.33 for Malia on her first wave. Steph Gilmore a 0.57. And Malia's just tapped into another ride. But here's the 5.33. Malia on her backhand.
Malia on her backhand. Good mix. Wow, beautiful tail drift there. A little late though on that second one, so awkward maneuver from Malia, and she'll know that. Reconnecting with the wall there, so I like that. A little more engaged with the fins. And then not quite finishing that last maneuver. So again, early morning offshore. You know, you can tell that these surfers are taking one or two waves to kind of warm up and find their groove. And there's these tricky right-handers. You can see how fast and steep they are. So for Malia, hopefully she'll learn from that lesson right there and look for mainly those left-handers. And again, there's the offshore wind, Ronnie. You know, it's so tough. Watch the wind grab the board and basically push it away from her feet.
Steph just taking a slightly high line there, and the offshore, it grabbed a hold of her equipment. Top 10 at the year's end, and relied on a QS finish to maintain her spot on tour. Last year was a good year. She finished 5th, and here she goes now. Nice first turn, throwing plenty of spray. Transitions well through to the inside, looking for a big finish now, building speed. And there is a clean, floating re-entry.
That was great surfing for me. You know, that wave was really difficult. Again, these little right-handers, not ideal, but that's what's on offer right now. So Malia, pretty smart, trying to stay busy, but perfect timing. That first snap was clean. She threw a lot of spray, had power, and then another tricky little closeout section, and she pinned it.
And Stephanie Gilmore took off behind Malia. Had a good-looking wave, drove off the bottom, and again, just went a little higher. I thought she would have kept the board a little bit below the lip after falling on her first wave. But here's Malia's ride again.
Yeah, Stephanie Gilmore officially off her game right now, but beautiful timing there from Malia. That first snap, again, with this offshore wind, it's way more difficult than it looks to the eye. And a tricky little closeout section, and she taps it clean. So great start. She's going to get rid of that 2.6.
But she could flick the switch at any time, and here she goes on a decent-sized wall. Great style as she just barrels down the line. This is a good-looking wave. It's going to hold open. And the six-time world champ is going to get a finish too. I wondered if that wave was really going to just let her get some vision. And it did. It caught up to her.
Another look. This thing extended way down the sandbar. It looked like it maybe was even going to close out. She kept a lot of speed though, which is smart, because right here she got pretty deep there. Just for a split second, she got way behind the curtain. So the judges will love that. And just a nice little finish there. So Stephanie looking off her game, you know, a couple of funky maneuvers. She said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just duck from the sunshine here and find a nice little tube ride. There's that cool style. Look at that. I mean, that looks like Rabbit Bartholomew in the 70s at Kira. Love that little knock knee style she has, tucking into the barrel. So not only was she making herself small so that she could fit in the barrel, but she got steezy with it too. That was on purpose.
Well, the judges are still loving the tube rides, and Steph locks in an 8.83. She's still in second place at this point in time, but only needs a 2.83 to jump into the lead.
I was just excited to get in the water after such a tough heat yesterday. I was so out of rhythm, and I wanted to be on the best waves, and luckily I got on those.
And obviously, Sage, you know, there seems to be a shift in energy for you, especially knowing that you're safe on the QS. So coming into these back three events, is that fire there to really, you know, push for maybe an event win?
Yeah, well, going into lowers, I definitely felt that freedom after winning El Salvador and confirming my spot for next year.
Look at it.
Nice timing here. I like how she stayed patient and then tagged it really high. She better be careful though with that offshore wind though. She can get pushed out the back. Lost just a little bit of momentum, so she had to kind of wait for that second section to develop, and then teed off to 3 more nice little backside snaps. So solid score here. That's their best wave of the day so far, 7.07.
Well, here we go. This is a replay of Steph's last ride. She got caught behind.
Those right-handers are quick. So with that tide bottoming out there, you're going to have to look for the absolute gem for that right to hold up and try and get the best result she's ever had.
And here she goes once again. Malia, this backhand looking really sharp this morning. Just as I say that, she takes a fall. 11.5 minutes to go. She's still out in front. She's not going to improve her situation with that last ride from injury. And during the break, Steph had this ride, Ross.
Okay, well, we're trying to see Steph if she can click into a couple of maneuvers. Nice snap and then a little float the boat, drifting that tail down. So that's actually kind of tough for the judges. 4.5, to me, that's right in that average zone. So it's not a foregone conclusion she'll get that score.
Has Stephanie Gilmore done enough to move into the lead? She has. 4.67. She gets the score she needs. She's in first place. Manuel, with 8 minutes remaining, is chasing a 6.44. And Ross Williams is a little bit surprised. Well, time is going to get the better of Manuel here. Counting down this heat, Steph Gilmore is going to charge through to round 3. Malia, she's going to collect a 13th. She'll have a bit of pressure on herself going into that final event if she wants to maintain her place in the top 10 on the championship tour. And Steph dodging a bullet there. Certainly not looking herself, but collecting good enough waves to get the job done. And she'll be moving through to round 3.